It's the month of horror, so it's time for some scary movies, and no one does it better than the Witch's Dungeon in Bristol, Connecticut. The Witch's Dungeon in Bristol, Connecticut is a classic movie museum filled with scary life-size figures and original movie props. But don't get it twisted, it's not a haunted house, but a house of horror, educating visitors about some frightening classics. Cortland Hull was inspired to create this museum when his great-uncle, Henry Hull, showed him around the sets and introduced him to makeup artists.
Well, one of the things that inspired me was because my great-uncle was an actor in films, and he was the very first Werewolf of London in 1935.
The Witch's Dungeon includes a tour with all the exhibits and creepy tour guides that lead the way, telling guests about each of the lifelike creatures.
It's just one thing, the actual skeleton of Count Dracula the Vampire.
Each of these statues are all handmade, like the Beast.
We had to replicate this costume as accurately as possible, and we have right down to the jewelry that the character wore, and the hair that's put on the face was put on one hair at a time, especially around the eyes and the nose.
The guests then go into a movie room where they can sit back, relax, and watch an old-time horror film, as they can also find other collectibles to observe and talk about their tours.
They all look very real. Like they all look like if you look at one long enough, you probably fear like they're just gonna look at you because they look so lifelike.
But the Witch's Dungeon isn't meant to just scare you. Its purpose is to show the hard work the studios of the past did to make these creatures come to life on the silver screen.
The concept for the Witch's Dungeon was really to make people aware of the artistry involved in makeup and also the actors that were involved in these films.
The Witch's Dungeon is a fantastic place to go for movie buffs that are eager to learn about the original werewolf or about the creature that inspired Dracula. Reporting for Fox 61 Student News, this is Tiernan Crossley from Chippewa Valley School.